Hi everyone, welcome to another session of this mini revision series of ancient history. As you all know, we are studying about Rigvedic and later Vedic age. For a glance of what we have studied in previous class, let's go through the main important points. So we have studied about the features of economy of Rigvedic and later Vedic age, then about features of polity and features of society of Rigvedic and later Vedic ages. So the important facts that you have to remember from these 3 points are the Rigvedic economy has changed to later Vedic economy with the major difference from cow-centered economy to agricultural economy. So this change has happened because of iron revolution in 1000 BC. This is the major point from first important heading. Then in polity point you have to remember these two facts, that is Sabha and Samiti are the assemblies in Rigvedic period. In later Vedic period these prevailed, but parishads were also started. See, administrations through parishads was started. Then, in features of society, you have to remember that polygamy and polyandry were prevalent, and these two terms, Aryas and Dasyas, have to be remembered in Krim's point of view. Aryas means outside people, Dasyas means indigenous people or slaves. Aryans are white in color, Dasyas are blacks. Now let's move on to today's lecture, that is features of features of religion in Rigvedic and later Vedic ages. After completion of this point, we will study about Vedas as well as Upanishads. So let's move on to the topic, that is Rigvedic religion features. The features of Rigvedic religion are as like this. It is a Sanatan religion. It has no founder. No specific religious texts are there for this religion. There are three supreme deities. Those are Indra, who is also called as Purandara, to break the forts. Agni is for god of weapons. Varuna is god of morality. These are the three supreme deities. There is also mention about Soma, who is the god of plants. Praise were offered individually and collectively to numerous forms of gods. Worship based on oblations. Oblations means only prayers. However, there were no mantras, no rituals, idols or temples in Rigvedic age. Female deities were also present, but they were not prominent. You can see the examples of female deities of Rigvedic religion. Those are Aditi and Usha. Then coming to the features of later Vedic religion. It is called as Brahmanical religion. It has 16 types of priests in various ancient texts. These 16 types of priests are nothing but those priests from which Gotras has derived. Even now, even today, we can see that there are people having Gotra names like Bharadwaja Gotra, Gautam Gotra, Agastya Gotra. These are the 16 priests where the Gotra system has started. Vedas are considered as religious texts of this Brahmanical religion. Change in supreme deities happened. Previously, Indra, Agni, Varuna were the three deities. Now, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are the three supreme deities. Brahma is also called as Prajapati. He is the creator. Vishnu is the protector and preserver. Maheshwara, who is also called as Rudra, as we all know, is the protector of animals. Worship based on rituals and sacrifices. This was the major change in worship. So, rituals and sacrifices started in later Vedic religion. In the end of the later Vedic age, a Shravana stream has started. This Shravana stream is nothing but people who wander and get food and they wander in search of knowledge. We can say Buddhism, Jainism, Ajivikas, etc. come into this stream of Shramana. The literal meaning of Shramana is nothing but wanderer. So this is formed in the protest of Brahmanical religion in the end of later Vedic period. So this main centers of Shramana stream are Panchala and Vaidehi. Now this is the end of the religion part of Rigvedic and later Vedic ages. Now we are going to study about major Upanishads and Vedas. Let's start studying from Vedas. So Rig Veda. Rig Veda, there are 1028 hymns which were sung in the praise of various gods. Samaveda is the tune set for chanting. So there are these many hymens in the Vedas. So there is a particular tune set for every hymen or a set of hymens. So this tune is mentioned in Samaveda. Atharva Veda and Yajur Veda. In these two Vedas, details of the rituals are mentioned, like for marriages and any other rituals that are performed even today are based upon this Atharva Veda and Yajur Veda only. Then Upanishads. Upanishads are nothing but philosophical texts related to soul, absolute. Absolute is nothing but the ultimate consciousness, origin of the world, etc. Aryankas. Aryankas are the forest books which deals with mysticism, rites, rituals and sacrifices. This is all about the Vedas and Upanishads in brief. We are going to study about few important Upanishads also, because we get to see few questions in previous year questions. When you refer previous year questions, you will get to see question regarding Kathopanishad and Mundakopanishad. The question was, Satyameva Jayate is taken from which Upanishad? That is nothing but Mundakopanishad. And one of the question about Kathopanishad is the dialogue between Nachiketa and Yama is mentioned in which Upanishad? Kathopanishad. So these two are the previous year questions. So I think it is important for us to learn these few important Upanishads and their detailings to answer such questions if at all they come. So learning about Kathopanishad. It is a dialogue between Nachiketa and Yama. Discussion of nature of mankind, knowledge, Atma and Moksha. Then Chandogya Upanishad. This is emphasizes on chanting. It mentions about Ahimsa. Max Muller translated it as a secret doctrine. So Indian philosophers like Adi Shankara made reviews and commentaries on it. Mundakopanishad, as we said, Satyameva Jayate is taken from Mundakopanishad. It is one among most widely translated Upanishads. For teaching and meditation of spiritual knowledge, Mundakopanishad is the prominent one. Kenopanishad, it discusses about Brahmana. Atreya Upanishad discusses about soul. So here ends the discussion about Vedas and the major Upanishads. Now there are n number of facts and concepts like this in our Vice test series. So please do get the Vice test series. If you are interested to get the Vice test series, please message to this WhatsApp number, that is 7200681675. You will get Vice test series and a few introductory classes if you just message to this WhatsApp number. Then go and please check out all the playlists. These are such a wonderful playlist you can ever get. Please go through them. You will definitely find them helpful. All the playlists are there in Vice YouTube channel only. They may become paid content if subscriber count do not increase. So please help us increase the subscriber count, and please comment below how do you feel about today's lecture also. Thank you so much for listening till now.